What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you guys chose to click my name or click my video and come back and watch it, girl. If it's your first time watching, my name is Jada. Look, I'm just an ordinary girl trying to help people live better, whether that be through health, fitness, wellness. I'm not a licensed doctor, practitioner, or nutritionist. However, it is my goal and my objective on my channel to use what I've learned to help anybody else out there that's just trying to live better, have a better lifestyle, whatever the case may be, whether that be through health, fitness, whether that be spiritually, whether that be in your faith, whatever the case may be, whether that be you needed some encouragement. That is what I'm here for. So I hope that you choose to stay. I hope that you choose to like this video, comment on this video, or subscribe to the video. So let's get straight into it. This video is actually long overdue. This is going out in August. This video really should have been done in June.
Oh wow.
But I didn't forget you guys. I never would forget you guys. I didn't forget. So this is going to be a Q&A, not too long, but I polled on my Instagram probably around like at the top of June asking people, I believe I asked, let me zoom in on it. Yeah, some fitness, wellness, nutrition, lifestyle questions. And so I got a few questions, and so I just want us to go through them. About 3 or 4 of them were centered around consistency, so we'll get to that too. And shameless plug, I did a podcast episode on consistency if you want to hear more in depth on that big word. So let's get into the questions. Let's see what we're working. One of these questions is hilarious. Well, we're gonna get through them. Okay, so first question, how long did it take for you to stay consistent in the gym? Oh, so I started my fitness journey right when I got in college. So around late 2016, but I would say it took me, honestly, probably about, for me personally, it took me a few months to get situated in my gym routine. It took me around like 6 months to a year, to be honest, just to find my groove. And working out, like going to the gym every morning, was something that was new to me, and being in college was new. So adjusting to that routine, knowing where to put stuff and when to do things, it was a little bit of trial and error, and it took a minute for me to figure out. But all in all, I would really say it took probably like a good year from when I actually started out. And I have like bouts of where, like, you know, sometimes you just drop in how consistent you are, or consistency just looks different. But for the most part, it took, once I realized, when I got into the gym and I realized like what it was doing for me and that I loved it, and it was a way for me to like channel what I feel like I wasn't able to do because I was so out of shape in middle school and high school, it allowed me to do what I didn't get to do then. So once I was able to kind of switch that part of my brain, I was like, oh, I'm actually really enjoying this. And you know, it's like an added bonus that it's you taking care of your body. All those things helped me to want to be more consistent. Long answer condensed, it took me about 6 months to a year when I first started out. Another question was, what are some good ways to try to stay consistent? My recommendation would be to start small. Don't despise small. Don't despise.
What?
Don't despise small beginnings. That's so true, especially with consistency. A lot of people, and not to take away from the people that can, a lot of people can start working out every day or 6 days or 5 days out the week. I recommend, like, as it pertains to working out, I recommend like start you with like a good 2 to 3 days, or if you can get to a gym, if you can't get to a gym, do some type of movement. But anything as it pertains to consistency, and as far as like starting out being consistent, I would really recommend, like, and I talk about this in my podcast episode, but like understanding, yeah, what your goal is, but more so like what you want to get out of it and who you want to be on the other end of it. And don't look at like these big daunting steps, like, and I'm gonna always tie it back to working out because it creates the best illustration that I know how. For example, I want to work out and get X amount scale on the weight on the scale, or X amount body fat, whatever the case may be, and you're saying, oh, well, I got to do this every day. Just ask like, okay, well, what's one thing that I could do today? What's one thing that I could do tomorrow? That's that same thing that's helping you get there. So if you know that's showing up to the gym 3 days out the week, if you know that's making a better eating decision or making better tweaks in your nutrition, like those small tweaks, you'll be surprised at how making small tweaks. Y'all, I'm one of these videos, I will have it together with my articulation. My brain moves faster than my mouth, so bear with me. But you'll be surprised at the small tweaks that you make in your diet and how that can really give you some momentum and like push you forward in just your overall health, wellness, fitness journey. But just making small tweaks, man, especially when it comes to getting started, because I feel like when you start big and then you don't meet those big things, it's very easy to get discouraged. And me, I'm task oriented and I'm goal oriented. And yeah, I see the bigger picture, but I've been trying to do a better job of like looking at like the different steps that you can do like in the journey to get to the big picture, because you can't get to the big picture right away. All in all, I recommend starting small, starting with bite-sized things that you can tackle, with manageable things you could tackle. It's not wrong to be able to want to handle smaller things that's in your capacity. Don't overload yourself. Like, learn what you're capable of and then build on that. So start small and then like work your way up. Oh, this was a really good one. What changed mentally for you to go on your health journey? This is gonna sound really silly, but y'all, I did not want to gain that freshman 15. I was already like 215, 220, 5'7", going into Carrollton. And I'm like, if I gain another 15 pounds, I'm gonna be huffing and puffing. And I really just told myself, I was like, listen, baby, you cannot go in adding no freshman and adding no 15. It cannot get added. And I'm gonna be honest, I was tired too of just being overweight, super overweight. So I knew that, okay, over the summer, I'ma like, not wow out, but I knew that over the summer that, okay, you know, have your time, but when you get to college too, find you a routine, find where the gym is compared to where your dorm is. You know that the meals are kind of in your control because you're eating from the calf or whatever. So make wise choices. All in all, when I got to college, that was when it really changed for me. I just really didn't want to gain another 15 pounds because I was already in the negative. And not talking bad on who I was then, but I'm just saying, I didn't want to gain any more weight. I had always did fad diets and I always did workouts or tried to find workouts, but I was very inconsistent. Like I was on and off. And so I knew that being that I would be going into college and I would be on my own, it would give me a little bit more control, like routine wise, and I was more responsible for me. I can't rely on my mom and daddy to come up here every day and cook nothing. I have to like make my choices. I have to go grocery shopping and pick the groceries that I want in my room. I have to pick, and choose how much I want to move, when I want to go to the gym, all these things. But in college, it just really shifted for me. I just knew I just wanted to put my life in a different trajectory health-wise. I felt like I knew all of the things that I needed to know nutrition-wise and physically as it pertained to fitness, but I just never was consistent in implementing it and following through. Like I always struggled following through. And in college, and just waking up in the morning and getting it done, really, it flipped the switch in my brain, just because I knew I didn't want to get any worse than I already was. Okay, next question. This is the one that tickled me pink, baby. So question. I want to unbig my back by July. Remind you, I did this at beginning of June. But anywho, I want to unbig my back by July. So in this case, within 30 days, a little less than 30 days. How can I achieve BBL status? No booger sugar needed. Booger sugar is the white powder. Yeah, but this was just funny. So you want to unbig your back in X amount of time. 30 days or less. So how can you achieve VBL status? No booger sugar needed. So that's one of the questions that I kind of get a lot too, of like, I want to lose X amount in X amount of days. My recommendation, you, outside of it being water weight, you may, when I say a little bit of fat, you may lose a little bit of fat, but my recommendation would be to just cut out the big three quickly. So if you know you love bread, if you know you love junk food, and if you know you love like sodas, really those are like the three biggest. And when I say sodas, I'm even talking about the Coke Zero, the Sprite Zero, the Canada Dry, strawberry, ginger ale zero, any soda regular that has a zero behind it, cut all of that out. But that's really what I would recommend. Of course, like moving and stuff, but you're gonna have to cut out, don't cut out like carbs, I'm not saying that, but cut out like your bread. So like some of like the, well, I think it's enriched flour, but like processed flour and processed carbs and stuff that's heavily processed, or like cut out like your white breads and stuff, cut back on your potatoes, or do like sweet potatoes, like more slow digesting carbs. I love rice, so baby, I don't know what to tell you about rice. And of course, like the junk food and the sodas, you'd be surprised at how good you feel when you cut sodas out, or find you like a good substitution for the soda. And y'all look at the ingredients. But let me answer the question. How can I unbig my back in a certain amount of time? Let's say it is November 1st and you have an event to go to December 1st, and you want to lose whatever you can within that 30 days. Don't think you're about to lose 20 pounds in 30 days healthily. Yes, cut your calories a little bit. Like actually eat nutritious foods like your meat, protein. And that's the other thing, y'all. The health, wellness, fitness stuff, it's all repetitive, but it's like, it's true. Like eat the things with the least amount of ingredients as you can, and cut back on the junk. You'll be surprised. Half of it really too is just like you just feel bloated, big, and like your back is spreading from one wall to the next. And sometimes it make your back go from here to here. Sometimes it's just you done drank all this soda, you done ate all these chips, and you feel like this. But if you just cut them out, you can feel like a little, like you can float a little bit more, like you'll be floating in the wind at the end of that 30 days. But cut back on your calories, I would say, but also to be mindful of what you're eating. If you have like a guilty pleasure of sweets, or if you have like a guilty pleasure, like I said, a lot of people have guilty pleasures of bread. Mine is fries. We'll talk about that later. But cut back on the fries, or adjust how you do them. Junk food and sodas. Really, if you can pull the junk food, if you can pull the sodas, and if you can pull out like the heavy processed foods, like that's doing too much, you can really make some headway in 30 days. And on top of that, moving, whether that's walking, whether that's running, whether that's jogging, or weight training, whatever the case may be, that's what I would advise. Like cut out what you know isn't good for you, and make sure you move and be consistent over those 30 days. And that, don't undereat, just cut back some. The last two questions were really just about how do you stay consistent. And if I kind of had to sum it up, I would just say, of course, like I said, start small and build from there. But if you're already in a place, like I'm in a place where I still love the gym and I enjoy going, but it's like, how do you be consistent after you've been doing it for years? So it's like different stages of developing consistency and just being consistent throughout. Like, you know what this is. Yes, it's one thing to know, like trying to start and be consistent, but then what if you've been consistent? How do you stay consistent when you've been consistent? And I think you just have to ride those ebbs and flows. So for the people who are just starting out, start small. For the people who have been doing it and you just need help staying consistent, I think you have to really embrace the fluctuations of consistency, and understanding that when you've been doing it and you're trying to keep doing it, you have to understand that it's going to look different in different phases of your life. Consistency may be 5 days a week. Consistency may be 3 days a week. Consistency may be 2 days a week, but ultimately it's, keeping the routine, but not completely pulling whatever that is that you're trying to get to and be consistent in. And I think it's just really about adapting. and in times like where things get inconsistent, because you may have a job where your shift changes and you may have to adjust when you do certain things, or you may have to adjust what steps you're taking, whatever the case may be. Adapting to that, not just stopping it completely, but saying, okay, well, how do I shift? Consistency is also about learning how to be adaptable and learning how to shift. That's what I believe is really, really, really important. When I had food poisoning, worst 2.5, I don't even want to say worse. It was a struggle for them weeks, but I couldn't, like, I just didn't have the physical wherewithal, let alone the want to, and I was just super fatigued, and I couldn't do it. Like, the most I had in me was 2 days, but still in those 2 days, learning stuff like this. Okay, when I go, I'm gonna listen to my body. So if I feel like I'm overdoing it and my body is like, okay, you need to chill out, we're trying to get it back together. Listening and not pushing past what your body is telling you. Go and being glad that you showed up, but taking it easy. So like, even when you show up, understanding that it looks different. When you're consistent, it looks different, and embracing the differences that lie within it, and being adaptable and being able to shift no matter what it looks like. But yeah, that is what I think, that's what's helped me, and is what I think can help you. And I think people a lot of the times get consistency mixed up with motivation. Like, yeah, discipline and motivation, two completely different things, but consistency also has nothing to do with motivation. Yeah, consistency is like showing up even when you're not motivated. Yeah, that's discipline too, but to be able to do the same thing, do y'all know how mundane it can be to do the same thing over and over, even if you know it's good for you? So just still showing up in that. And yeah, you'll have your days where you're like, okay, I see where this is going, I see what this is getting to. But then there are days where it's just like, you know, I'm doing it because I know I got to do it. And I think that's one of the other big things that we just have to grow to learn as you're moving towards what you want to attain and who you want to become. So that was all the questions, y'all. Yeah, most of them, half of them were about consistency, so I hope I answered those well. I'll probably poll again on Instagram, or ask a question again on Instagram. I may do a poll in the community on my YouTube channel, but if y'all do have any questions too, I'll answer them in the comments. So ask any questions in the comments too if you have any questions. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope it helped out just a little bit. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or week or whatever and whenever you listen to this video. But I hope this Q&A helped you guys. A week of workouts, I believe, is coming sometime in the near future. I've got some other pieces of content that I'm gonna drop, and be on the lookout for the shorts too. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you all in the next